Good morning, it's Thursday the 25th of April and we're here at Millport this morning, and today our passage is a short hop down to Troon to do some repairs and to resupply. It's an absolutely fantastic morning here at Millport. We're looking forward to the sail down to Troon. Nice wind, very gentle. About 2 or 3 hours down there. Lovely. It's been really sheltered here in all wind directions. The wind has gone all the way around. We've had every wind direction here and it's been really sheltered, really flat. Highly recommended place to come and spend some time. This morning we left the mooring buoy under sail because it was the perfect conditions to do it. Not much wind, just creeping out of Millport under sail.
Good skill to practice if there isn't any much wind, or if there is wind. There was no one on the mooring balls this morning, so it was a good time for us to re-hone our skills of doing it. Really good. Very gentle, no engine, just peace and quiet.
Our destination today is Troon. Let's see how long it takes us to drift down there in these light winds. We're making good speed. We're almost at the south end of Little Cumbrae already. There's the castle over on Little Cumbrae there. Crazy nice conditions. Absolutely flat water, 12 knots of wind. Wow. Heading our way south, and over there is Hunterston Power Station, and Largs is just over there. We haven't actually gone very far yet this year. We haven't gone very far yet this year.
No, we haven't very far this year. Largs is only there. We've been not very far, but it's a year for relaxation, or a season of relaxation, and going where we feel like it, where the wind will take us, and then we'll see. We might get a wiggle on, but who knows?
This boat just passed us as we were leaving Millport, headed up here, and it's lifting the, well, it's just lifted the port hand marker, obviously to check it out and service it, I guess.
I think this is what is known as the chilled out pose from the helm. Cup of tea in one hand, wheel in the other, foot up. Hardly any weather helm.
6.5 knots of boat speed, 11 knots of wind.
Very relaxed.
Perfect sailing conditions.
Reefed mainsail, full head sail. Just to say that the reason why we have a reef in the mainsail is because we don't want to get there too early. It's not because of the wind or the conditions out here, it's just that we don't want to get to Troon too early. We've said that we'll be there lunchtime, so we didn't want to be there within 2 hours of leaving the mooring at about 9 o'clock. So we've just basically slowed down and having a nice comfortable toddle down to Troon. It's an hour after we left the mooring, so we're doing another log. Could the helm provide the wind speed and boat speed, please?
We have 7 to 9 knots of northeasterly and the boat speed 4.7 over the ground.
Sorry to interrupt once you know, chilling out there. I don't know, skipper's life. Sorry to interrupt you again. And what is your course over the ground?
Well, it varies at the moment because we've got a little bit of shifty wind.
Yep.
Currently a 163.
Thank you. Log completed. Off to chill out for another hour. Lovely.
It's 10:30. We have just sailed into the sunshine. We've shaken the reef out because we've got very little wind, about 5 knots at the moment. And we are just passing Horse Island and Ardrossan. As you can see, the day is glorious. The weather has turned out absolutely beautifully. We are sailing along under full sails at about 3 knots. We are sailing along under full sails at 4 knots.
Yeah, got 4 knots. There's only 5 knots of breeze. Can't be doing bad. Can't see much though because it's really sunny.
On a glorious April day in Scotland.
We were doing absolutely zero and drifting along, but now we've picked up a little bit of speed. I'm not going to beat the sailing speed record. Heading into Troon. Uh-oh. I think we're losing the wind again.
It's 11:30 and the wind has dropped to 0, so we've put the engine on and we're heading down to Troon.
We're heading to Troon now. Got the engine on. We ran out of wind. We used it all. Never mind. Never mind. We did what we could. Coming into the Yacht Haven now, into the harbour. Contacted them and found out our berthing information, and now we're making our way in to the harbour itself. Having contacted the Yacht Haven themselves, we have found out our berth number and the fact that we are port side 2 if we're going bow in. So we've set up our lines and fenders on the port side already. Ferry dock on the outside. Troon Harbour. That's a nice big wall for protection. We haven't been here before, so it's all new to us. Always a little apprehensive, I think it's probably the phrase when you come in somewhere new because you don't know where you're going or what it's all about. It's the fun of it. Cumbrae ferry in at Troon. Ooh, nice big harbour entrance. Nice big entrance to be able to come in, and if you hadn't got your fenders out and your lines out before, there's a nice sheltered outer basin, I suppose you could call it. Haven have got the letters of the pontoons nicely painted on their piles, starting with A, going right through to, can't quite see at the minute. There's A, B, C, D. We're on E, so we'll be turning to starboard once we get to the hull of that blue boat over there. We have arrived in Troon Yacht Haven. We are on E pontoon. Fenders out, lines out, just tidying them up and putting the springs on.
Here we are, all tied up in Troon Yacht Haven. Office is just up the top there, reception. This is our berth on Echo 05. It's all very tidy, very calm, very sheltered in here, which has been great because we've just fitted the new anchor windlass. Nice dirty deck where we've been working. New anchor windlass, lovely. Up the top there you've got reception and Scott's restaurant, and the facilities are all up there. There are also some apartments up there that you can rent if you're working on your boat and it's in the yard, or if you just want to stay here.